Hey, treasure. Um, Sorry to bust in here all of the sudden, but I just knew that that fish guy wasn't here with you. I I may need your help. Well, I was thinking, and let's just walk and talk. I need you to come with me to the archives. It's our family's library that has records and historical documents since the time of my great great grandfather. It's it's about Bren. That song he sang. I know what it is, but I can't be too sure until I see the facts. That, combined with the necklace and his familiar look, something just doesn't add up. Come on, I'll explain more when we get there. And yes, let's be discreet about this. Something tells me that if the court knows I'm onto something, they're gonna try to find out before I do. And if I'm right, just come on. Okay, now, here we are. In here, I want you to look for books and scrolls on dragon songs, pre war relations among the dragons and the Mer Kingdom, and stuff related to that nature. Try looking on that end, and I'll start over here. If anyone sees you, just tell them that the king has ordered you to retrieve war documents. Okay, look, I'm not good at lying. Just make something up. I'll protect you afterwards. Just bring everything that may sound slightly related to what I've told you. No, I haven't gotten any sleep. This whole this whole thing has been the only thing I can think about. The timeline, the events that led up to the war, a merman with a dragon pendant that looks so damn familiar. It's killing me, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this tonight. I'm sorry, just good luck. Just look for anything that can help. What have you found? Good. This may have some answers. The songs of the royals. I think this is the article that documented every time one of the Dirians wrote something. Uh, Wind and Rain, written by Sendevorous Dirian. Call of the Blood Rain, written by Alric Dirian. My grandfather and all of his blood and war achievements. Ugh, I swear. Here. By Light, written by William Dirian. My father. I knew it sounded too familiar. My dad wrote that song. But then how does that merman know it? These songs really never make it out of the kingdom, much less into the mouth of the writer themselves. And it's a love song, no less. He must have written it for my mother, I assume. I assume. There, hand me the book on the necklaces. That style with the sea glass and the pendulum gem. Where have I seen that before? Here, the necklace adornments by William Dirian were comprised of a single pendant with a pendulum gem below. My father? Again? But how? This doesn't make any sense. How does one merman, who is younger than me, know about a song my father wrote and is wearing a necklace that he supposedly made? It's not just unlikely, it's impossible. Even if he was acquainted with my father, it's unlikely he could have interacted with him. My father was dead by the time that guy was born. So by all means, that Bren guy should not know that song and should not have a necklace made by my father. How is this even possible? The history. Yes, the history book. Let me see that. I need something pre-war. Back when our kingdoms were allies. Here. Before the coronation of William Darien to the throne, ambassadors of all kingdoms allied with the Sky Palace were required to appear and pay homage to the future king. During my coronation, you may have seen a dude with feathery wings standing beside the sanctuary. Yeah, we're still on okay terms with the Avians of Elvira. But it says, during my father's coronation, the Avians sent Ambassador Tullius Crane, the Sanctuary of the Half-Bloods sent Ambassador Leonin Hart, and the Mer Kingdom of Aquinas sent Ambassador Talia Sylvia. The ambassadors were all received well, and invited to stay in the palace with the Blood King and his family. Talia Sylvia. But that was years before my father married my mother and ascended to the throne fully. We need to go forward, after my sister and I were born. Here. A few years after the birth of Prince Abul Darien and Princess Cassia Darien, the ambassador from Aquinas, now the Mer Queen, seeked sanctuary in the Sky Palace for an evening. So she did return. Why? Of all the places, why the Sky Palace? Wait. This document, this was written the year my father was killed. But it happened months after this document was recorded. It says here 9 months to be exact. Dear gods. The song? The necklace? A mermaid ambassador? My father's death? Come on. We're gonna go have a nice little chat with my grandfather about what happened that night. Grandfather, I need to speak with you immediately. Well, it appears I've roused the ire of my grandson. What do you want, Bull? I need you to tell me the truth and only the truth. Who is Talia Sylvia? Sylvia? She was an ambassador representing the Mer Kingdom during your father's coronation. And? And what else do you need from me? What more do you care to know about some merfolk scum? I need to know. Who was she to my father, your son? What is the meaning of this? How did you find this? Just answer. Fine. She was the cause of your father's death. So what? She murdered him? Indirectly. Before you were born and William married your mother, your father fell madly in love with a mermaid, and no other. She was your father's first love. What? That makes no sense. He's younger than me. He tried to hide the whole relationship from the court, but as his father, it was difficult for him to truly hide anything from me. Eventually, before things were too permanent, she was forced to return to Aquinas, where she was arranged in a marriage with the Mer-King Lucius Aquinas. I then arranged a marriage for your father and your mother, Karina. A loveless but respectable marriage. He was never satisfied, though. His heart belonged to his water-breathing mistress. But, true as that may be, all was fine for the years to come. Until she returned, crying because her life was so horrid as the Mer-King's wench. She once again wooed your father, and his feelings for her never died initially, so... At least he made his last mistake. Their affair somehow became known to Lucius, and 9 months later, he sent an assassin to murder your father. And around that same time, news of the Mer-Queen's death had become common knowledge. But, I have a pretty good idea as to how that actually went. What are you saying, grandfather? I'm saying your father had fallen in love with a mermaid, disregarded his duty as the king to follow his heart, only to end up having a bastard child with her, resulting in both of their deaths. Do I have a brother? A brother? I assume the child didn't make it far past his mother. Unless Lucius is as much of a sick fuck as I heard he was. And why have you never told me this? Because I wanted your father's memory to be one of honor and royalty. I wanted you to have a memory of a father that you could look up to. But now I see that you may be following his true footsteps a little too closely. If you do anything to them, I swear... Oh, don't worry about it. I've washed my hands of the whole matter. But know this. I loved my son, and I love you. But following his heart led to his death. And the death of the one he loved. Dig your own grave as he did, but please, think of your human. And don't make me lose my grandson, too. Now, you know the truth. I hope you're satisfied. And I'll leave you to take this in. Goodbye, Bull. Bren Aquinas. Is he my younger brother? My treasure, come. We need to find that merman now.